All right, buddy. So, hey, yo, welcome back to the Pac-Man special. We're back. We're out here in Peoria, Illinois, for the Chicago One Piece Regional, first IRL regional that we had, and I placed 45th with the main man Doflamingo. I do think Doflamingo is the best blue deck in the game. He just offers so much value in this meta right now. I finally got my hands on an alt leader, so we love it. And I just wanted to present you with the deck profile. Shout out to Overtop Games, the unofficial sponsor of Pac-Man and the Pac-Man special. So those heads, if you guys know who I am, you know, these people are cool. They're in Molina, Illinois. Moline, Illinois. Shout out to Jay for holding the camera. But I just want to go ahead and dive into the deck profile. Like I said, I wanted to give you guys a deck profile. So here we go. I'm gonna kind of like start off with some of the most important cards, but definitely check out my Pac-Man sleeve. Shout out to Dragon Shield for those customs. All right, the most important card for us right now in this meta is Draco Mihawk. It is your big boss card. I regret not playing 4. I think this needs to be a 4 of in your Whitebeard matchup because you need to see this to handle Whitebeard in the late game. And it also gets rid of their stuff. Bottom decking the card is so crucial. Next important card is your search engine. And I wouldn't really call it a search engine. It's your foresight game plan. So obviously we have 4 Peronas and 4 Doflamingos. Being able to look at the top 5 and rearrange them any way that you need to is super clutch. This being a blocker or a 5k body, or even putting 3 Don saying discard 1 please with attacking with Perona, and then taking care of little bodies with Zoro. These 2 cards are super duper clutch. So definitely we want to max out on your foresight cards. We're just going to call those the foresight cards. The next card I have is a one of. This is Trafalgar Law. It's a one of only because Vista's running around, and being able to KO this for low to the ground, it's really bad, but sometimes you just want to play when you play your 9-drop Mihawk when you're at 10 Don. So it's just a one of. Don't regret it. Actually really like it. So shout out to Nick for us doing that. I do have my 2K package, and my 2K package is going to be 4 Draco Mihawks. This Draco Mihawk is a 7 Warlords. You can play it off the top with Dofi. Then you have your 2 Mr. Boneface, aka Bonchan, in my opinion. And then you have your Albedas. You're never playing these guys unless you absolutely have to. This is just 10 2Ks to give you good value to protect your board and protect your leader and try to stay at high life. So a fifth of the deck is 2Ks. I thought about playing more, but 10 has felt right. Probably one of the most important 7 Warlords to play off the top of the deck is Gecko Moria, because you can buy back any of your 7 Warlords of the Sea and this Thriller Bark Pirate here as well, except itself. So that's something that's really good because you want to be able to get cards back from your drop. It's like swinging 7 with this, paying 1, playing a body, and then adding a card. So it's theoretically a +2 if you want to look at it like that, because I add 1 back, I get a card off the top of my deck, and I lose nothing from hand. So Gecko Moria, super awesome. Another card, I find this one important versus your Whitebeard matchup early game, because you're going to combo your hand in order for the 6K leader not to really do damage. So this is going to refuel your hand. You want to see her off the top. You don't really want to draw her. A lot of the times you don't want to draw any of your 7 Warlords unless it's like not Draco Mihawk, Draco Mihawk, but you can't play this off the top. You want to draw this one, and you want to draw these. So those are really good there. OPO2 card that we have is the other 4 drop Gecko Moria. Unfortunately, I can't buy back this Gecko Moria with this because you can't pick a Gecko Moria. But it's a 4/6, so this helps in the Whitebeard matchup a ton. Being able to swing neutral with them 6 or slapping 2 Don on this to make it 8 is really good. Lastly, well, not lastly, we do have 3 Teach. I was at 4. I cut it down to 3 due to the fact that Whitebeard is so prevalent. But when Zoro is the main red deck, we're running 4 of these. So if you guys have a huge Zoro meta, play 4 of these. Teach is just really good off the top of the deck. bouncing their one cost back, or even being able to flip this back and bouncing a Corona to replay the Corona and set up your top 5 after that. I've done that like 3 times in the tournament. It was really clutch and really good to have. My favorite card this weekend, or my favorite combo, this is the last 7 Warlord that we have, is Kuma. Well, yeah, Bartholomew Kuma. Kuma is so good, and this is what it was before. It was 4-3, but being able to establish this was so clutch. And whether I paid 4 for it or if I played it off the top, because a lot of times they didn't want to kill it, and if they killed it, we punished them, and we played 3 Pacifistas. Those Pacifistas are absolutely huge and massive. Being able, once again, if they KO this against Whitebeard, slapping a 6K, having these 7 6Ks, swinging neutral against Whitebeard is really, really good. And then last but not least, we have our event package. And our event package, let me kind of like slide some of these down. The event package is small. I wanted to go heavier, but we don't want to draw too many events. 4 2Ks. We're going to talk about these real quick. 4 2Ks, Love Love Mellow, aka Love Love Bean. Being able to have this and draw when your hand is low, and like if you can set up your top 5 to play this and draw into another and draw into another. There was a game where I drew back-to-back Love Love, setting up my top 5, and they could not kill me because they saw 2 cards in my hand, and they was like, okay, he either got 2 Love Loves or he has a Love Love and a 1K or 2K, and I actually had to go 2K first, then I Love Love, and he was like, oh, he doesn't have another one. I drew the other one off the top and just been able to get out of that attack. That was what, 4, 8, 10, plus that made 15. So it was really good. And then an MVP, another card from set 2, and this is the only other card we play from set 2, is 2 Brick Fist. This gives me another, theoretically, my 4th and 5th teach. And the reason being is this bounces a 4 cost or less. Anytime somebody stuck Nico Robin on the board, never stayed on board. It always went back to hand. And it was really good to have this. I thought about bumping this to 3, but because it has a trigger, 2 is fine, and it's literally another copy of Teach. And like I said, Gecko Moria can buy back any of your 7 Warlords of the Sea. So you can buy back these Teaches if you need them. And that's really the deck profile. I did not get my hands on Jinbei. Granted, I did pull a Jinbei in my participation, but you don't need Jinbei for this deck to be very successful. Jinbei's super clutch. If I got it, maybe run 2. 4 is nice, but you have to sacrifice a lot of the deck space that's in here. You don't really want to do that because the deck is really tight. So one of the things that I may try is either cut my 1 Law to go back to 4 Mihawks, because I won't lose any value because it's still a non-counterable card, or we cut down on something else. I don't think I want to cut down on anything else because it would be the other sacrifice would be a Kuma, and I don't want to lose the Kuma. But if I had the Jinbeis, I would probably go here and cut these, and then these would be 2 Jinbeis because I think the 10 2Ks is right. But yeah, that's the deck profile. My matchups were simple. Well, I played literally every deck. Round 1, Whitebeard, we got the dub. We started off really hot. We got 6-0. Whitebeard into a Zoro, into a Luffy, into a Smoker, into a Kinemon, into a Dofy Mirror. That was my 6th round. And then the last 3 rounds, I dropped those. And it was unfortunate because Whitebeard played Moby Dick. That version's not really relevant, but it probably will be now because he won Swiss. Him going down to 0 really fast. I had him down to 0 before I got to 9 Don. And having him at 0, I thought I could win, but he just played Moby Dick, 2 Marcos, and I just couldn't get through. The Luffy player, he had back-to-back Whitebeards. That's hard. That's why Mihawk is so important. I only saw 1, and then he Gordon Jet Pistoled it. Lastly, we had another Whitebeard, and I put him on Gotta Have It. He had 2 Dawn up, and I was like, if he has it, I can swing at most 12. And if he has the 2 Radical Beams, I just lose. And I was going to lose on the crackback anyway. So he had the 2 Radical Beams, no card in hand. And that's how I lost the last one. But we got 45th, like I said. There was a couple of plays I wish I could have took back. But, you know, first regional, we're in there. I haven't really been playing much competitive One Piece. But like I said, I have a good testing group. So do want to give a couple of shout outs. Those shout outs are to my main man Jay that's holding the camera. Thank you for inviting me into your home and taking care of me all weekend. I had shout out to the Hermit Style Boys. And I think Kyle played in here. I got to see my boy Jerry. And then Sam traveled up here with me from our Georgia crew. Sam, Nick, and Will, my testing group. They are super dope. And I also have on the channel, you'll see the top 16 Law Deck profile that I have from Sam. He got top 16, so I'm super proud of him. We were almost both there. We literally was. He went X1, but I'll let him talk about that later. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, please. We're almost to 500 subs. As soon as we get to 500 subs, I'm gonna do a One Piece giveaway and a DBS giveaway. I know we've been lacking on DBS content, but it's coming, guys. I promise. I finally got my hands on set 20 cards. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and if anybody's got a problem with me, tell them to kiss your ass, because that's what I do. Peace, love, happiness. We out of here. Gone.